Obamacare versus the charitable hospitals. That's what we'll talk about today. In any welfare state, the government opposes private charity because it wants a monopoly on helping people so that people give political dependence in return for their assistance. That's why in the United States, with a relatively limited government role until Obama got there, we spend almost 10, not 10, but about 8% of our GDP on private charitable giving, actually about 7. But in Eastern European countries and Western European countries, there's almost no charitable giving. It's tiny. It's almost non-existent because the government eats up such a large portion of the economy that nobody can afford it, and the government discourages it, whereas in our case, it encourages it by giving tax deductions. Well, we now have the best example of socialism versus charity in the functioning of the charitable hospitals. They are a threat to Obamacare because they offer free medical care for the poor. That's what makes them charitable. That's why they get their tax-exempt status. 60% of all hospitals in the United States are not-for-profit, tax-exempt institutions, and they are supposed to treat the uninsured and people who can't pay their bills and who are not covered by Medicaid or Medicare. That's why they're tax-exempt. Now Obama is threatening to crack down on them, to punish them for treating uninsured people, and to set strict guidelines, new procedures, additional regulatory hoops they have to jump through. And he's made no secret of the fact that he wants to force these hospitals to lose their tax exemption and become for-profit institutions, which would permit the government to tax them and get revenues. But above all, it would stop this business of private charity being provided by individuals who are not motivated by political power, which cuts off the need for government charity, for which you get votes in return. And that trend is happening in the United States right now with Obama's efforts to close charitable hospitals. Thanks.